property, the biggest, most beautiful thing you have that's forgiving is this thing called time. And even if you buy poorly, will your property go up in value over 10 to 15 years, yes or no? Will it triple over 10 to 15 years, yes or no? Even if you buy badly, it will triple over 10 to 15 years. So the number one thing to do is do something. I love what Sam says. The number one way to be a property investor is buy some property. Is that all good for you guys? Say yes? Now, number two that you want to do, talk about trial and error being a bad way to learn, you got to get some coaching. Everybody heard of a guy called Tiger Woods? You have to say yes. Who wants to play golf? You guys want to play golf? Crazy sport. Does Tiger Woods have a coach, yes or no? Yes. No! Tiger has 3. Number 1 golfer in the world. Some would say number 1 golfer ever. I'm not sure if that's true, but he's pretty good. Tiger has 3 coaches. He has a swing coach, has a putting coach, and has a exercise coach, structural coach. That's why he's the first golfer ever to look like an athlete. Most of the golfers just big bellies. He actually looks like an athlete. You've got to make sure that you get coaching. And getting coaching means finding someone who's better and cleverer than you at the thing that you're doing. It's a coach call it already. Find someone who's better than you are at doing what you want to do and take their advice. So does this mean get coaching? It means be coachable. Does that make sense? Say yes. Yes. And even as I say that, some of you aren't answering, which means you're not coachable. Think about it. When I was 27 years old, I'd been to like a second ever personal development seminar. I was selling coffee for a living, and I decided I wanted to be what I'd always wanted to be as a kid growing up, which was me, not a coffee salesman. I was an athlete. So at 27, I said, well, how can I be an athlete when I'm 27, haven't done sport for 10 years since I left high school? What can I do? It's too late, it's too late, it's too late. And I discovered this sport called triathlon. Anyone know what triathlon is? So I discovered the sport and I decided I can't go very fast, so I'll do the long, slow ones. So I discovered a thing called Ironman Triathlon. An Ironman Triathlon, for those who don't know what it is, it's a 4-kilometre swim, 180-kilometre bike ride, and then a 42-kilometre run. It's just a fun way to spend a Sunday afternoon. and I was living down the Mornington Bridge, right? And I decided that's what I was going to do. And so I sold a shop, sold a house, sold a car, gave everything up and said I want to be an athlete. We got a great coach, a guy who'd been 7 times national champion, a guy who'd been the Australian triathlete of the decade, and he just retired, started coaching. Great man named Stephen Foster, brilliant triathlete. And I convinced him that I was going to join his triathlon squad, even though I was about 10 years older than most of his athletes, that I was serious, that I would do whatever he said. I paid him a lot of money, he would give me programs, and every week he would give me a program of between 15 and 18 different things to do. We were swimming about 25, 30 kilometres a week, we were running about 100, 110 kilometres a week, riding about 500 or 600 kilometres a week, up and down Portsea and up and down Red Hill and all that area. Sometimes up to St Kilda and back. And every week I would ring him, tell him I'd done what he told me to do, and he would say, great, here's next week's list. And in 14 months, having never done a triathlon, having done no sport since I was 18 in high school, I went from never having done any of that sport, and 14 months later, had my little green and gold cosy on, and I was at Hawaii at the World Ironman Championships, representing Australia in the World Championships. Now, I didn't do very well, came like 80th, but for me, that was a huge achievement, having done no sport, no history, in 14 months. Is that a good goal to achieve, yes or no? It's quite fast. For me, it was all season. Because people say we had to do it. I'm like, I don't know, I just did what I was told. Does that make sense? And even with buying my properties, I had no idea. We've just bought 3 properties really recently. I had no idea I bought them. But Naomi and Morgan, who's not here today, and Justin said, do this. Okay, great, I'll do that. So you've got to get good coaching and then be coachable. Be coachable. Does that make sense to you guys, yes or no? Yes. It's a huge thing, and for some people, the challenge with too much information is it can get in the way of making decisions. And there's people in this room, I know some of you want to have all the information before you make a decision. And knowledge, my friends, will not set you free. Knowledge is not powerful. It used to be, but knowledge was powerful. 150 years ago, if you and I lived in a village and I could read and write and you couldn't, did I have power over you, yes or no? Yes. That's why the nobility and the clergy, they controlled everything. They could read and write. Even 50 years ago, knowledge was powerful. That's why your parents and my parents said, go to university and get a good education. But 23 years ago, something started called the work. Is that true, yes or no? And these days, 15-year-old kid in a laptop can find out anything they want to know, even stuff they shouldn't be finding out. Knowledge is not powerful, my friends. If you want to move forward fast, you've got to make sure you get coaching. Pick really good mentors and then do what they say. If you're in mentoring right now, or you just joined mentoring right now, and one of the things I talk about in mentoring is like this $15 a month. $15 a month is one of the proven formulas I talk about in mentoring. Who's in mentoring right now? Who's already in mentoring? Who's new to mentoring? Like last month or two, who's new to mentoring? So one of the things that Vin and Taylor talk about is $15 a month. If you do that, I know, Jason knows, Vin and Tab know that that's what will work. You don't understand why, it just does. So I can't stress you enough. Pick a great mentor and then do what they say. Now, don't just do it blindly forever. Do it for 6 months, do it for 12 months, and then check in and see what results you're getting to make sure you pick the right coach. Does that make sense for you guys? Yes or no? Yes. Right, now, third thing. Here's the third thing. Be flexible. Bless you. A kid's flexible, yes or no? Yes. You've got to be flexible. If I said to you, who wants to come to my house for dinner? Who'd like to come to my house for dinner? Anybody? It's fish and tofu and broccoli in my house, that's it. Soda water and iced tea. A few hands are going down now. Okay. If I said to you, come to my house for dinner, here's the address. Sweet. And you know where you're starting from. So you've got your outcome, you've got your goal. You look at the map, you look at the plan, or whatever it is, the street directory, the good old Melways. Say, great, here's what I'm getting to Scott's house. Go down that path. If you believe that the only way to get to that outcome is this path, if you're like so committed, nailed, done all the research, and the quickest, fastest, best way is to go this way, if you're going along that path, I'm just going to stand here because of the sound. If you're going along that path and something happens to cut you off, are you likely to be in upset, overwhelm, or distress? Yes or no? Yes. If you believe that's the only way. And here's the deal. Does stuff happen out in the marketplace that you and I can't control? Yes. The interest rates go up and down, yes or no? Yes. The values, the C classes go down sometimes, the A's go up, things change in the market. Does that happen, yes or no? Yes. So sometimes our jobs change. Income goes up, income goes down, things change in our marketplace. Does that change, yes or no? Yes. We can't control that. What you can control is what you're committed to. What's your outcome? My outcome is 5 properties, 10 properties, $100,000 income, $5 million property value, whatever it is. I can control that. But you want to be flexible in the way that you are prepared to get there. You want to not be locked into, well, I only buy A-class properties. Well, you know what? There might be some good C's out there that are doing a good job. Or you want to say, well, I only buy cash flow properties. Well, you know what? There's some awesome negative yield properties right now. And if you're paying tax, maybe you want to look at that. You want to be flexible in the way that you get to your outcome. Not flexible in your outcome, but flexible in the way that you get there. So that when you're driving to my house and there's a roadblock, and you're excited about getting to my house, you're excited about getting to the outcome, but there's a roadblock, there's some traffic works, or there's a parade, you don't go, oh, crikey, we're going to miss the tofu and broccoli. What you do is you go, oh, that's okay, no worries, I know, there's another way. Then you back up, you do a U-turn, you just go a different way. You want to make sure you have in your plans and in your model at least 2 or 3 different ways to get to your outcome. You always want to be flexible on your approach and stuck to your outcome.